Hello and welcome to the review of the Transformers Avenger of the Fallen Voyager class MIXMASTER. So we'll just take a look at his box first, and it's your typical Revenge of the Fallen style packaging. You got MIXMASTER on the front, Transformers Avenger of the Fallen. On the side it says MIXMASTER, same thing on this side. And on the back you have his product shots and whatnot, and his bio if you want to read it, and his tech specs if you want to look at that. So yeah, so there's the box. That's about it for that. So here is MIXMASTER, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, awesome figure. Definitely one of my favorite figures I own as of this moment. He's really cool. So this is his cement truck mode, and looks like a cement truck. You have the really nice detail on the back here that, you know, this piece would come down, pour into that, and that would come down. The cement would come down and go to wherever it's going, so that's really nice. And you can fold this up. So very, very accurate to what a cement truck is and looks like. Not a lot of kibble underneath. You just have his legs right here and his, you know, big old cannon dong. So that's that. Overall, detail is really good. The mixing drum doesn't spin at all, just the way his arms transform. So, but that's fine. I don't really care about it spinning. But yeah, he looks really, really good. So I guess we'll just get down to transformation. So the first thing you want to do is just come to the back, kind of take his cannon, and I'm going to remove the missile for transformation because I don't want to lose it, so I'm just going to throw it back there. But actually before you do that, if you have this piece flipped down, you'd flip this up, take this, rotate that back, bring this down, and yes, on mine it is crooked and bent, but I don't care. You then would bring this back, and then you would bring up the cannon and tab it in like that. Then you'd come underneath here, and I'm going to actually raise up the camera just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. You take these wheel sections and untab them from the sides, and you then go ahead and split the arms like so. Now I'm going to work on the legs first. So you just want to come up here, untab untab these panels, and then take this whole cab section, bring it up, bring it around, or actually you want to come in here and flip out this section, then bring this around and just kind of leave it there, you know, bring it back and leave it there for now. Then you want to untab or bring his legs down. Actually, you want to untab them from like that, bring them down. You can untab his legs, and then he'll kind of flop down. I'll take this section with his head, bring it up, and again, I'm going to raise the camera a little bit because he gets kind of big. Not exactly tall, but just wide. So, and then what I do next is kind of bring his legs, rotate them around, and kind of extend them down like so. So rotate this around, bring his legs down like that. And then you want to take this section, bring this section down, rotate this smokestack up, and then bring this section back. So you have something that looks like that. I want to do the same thing on this side. Bring it down. Actually, you want to bring this down this way. Rotate that back. Rotate this up. And you have his chest. Actually, want to kind of extend his head up a little bit. And then you have MIXMASTER's chest all done. So, you want to bring up his arms and whatnot. Kind of... Actually, what do you want to do next? Actually, I'm going to do his arms next. So his arms are kind of tricky, but as long as you know what you're doing, it should be fine. But you want to untab this section, bring this down, and then you want to take the mixing drum, kind of rotate it to the side like this. Then you want to take this section, bring it over and out on this hinge, and then you can kind of continue to rotate the mixing drum around like so. So you have his arm looking like this. And then you can take this section right here. Actually, I'm going to lower the camera for this because he's lying down. And then you can rotate this up, hinge it kind of back and behind his arm. So you get something that's looking like that. And then you can come in here and flip down his fingers. And that is how I do his arm. technically, you're supposed to leave this drum piece rotated around the other way, but I bring it up. It just kind of creates more of like a shield and kind of frees up his hand a little bit, but that's just my personal, how I transform it. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Kind of just bring this section, you can't see what I'm doing, but bring it down, and this piece right here, I guarantee, yeah, it's just gonna come off. For some reason, this shell section is a little loose, so I'm just gonna keep this off for the transformation and pop it back on when I'm done. That's the only part on my figure that's loose, is this piece. I don't know why. I'm gonna tighten it up, but after this review. But yeah, so you just kind of want to bring this section down again, rotate this to the other side, and then I continue to flip it up. Then you can come around here, straighten this out in the back like that, and flip down his hands. So you have something that looks like, oops, no, I rotated that the wrong way. You actually want to keep it rotated this way. You can't see what I'm doing, but you want to have it this way with the wheels facing out, not in. And I suppose now I can probably pop this back on the ball joint, and hopefully it shouldn't come off again. So that is basically it for the arms. It looks complicated. I've heard from a lot of people that he probably has one of the most complex transformations for a movie figure, which they're not really wrong. It's not the fact that it's hard, in my opinion, but then again, I'm a sucker for complex transformations. It's just, excuse me, it's just the fact that you have a lot of moving parts you have to work with, which I can see becoming an issue, especially if they're really loose. So then you just kind of want to accordion. Actually, I'm going to raise the camera up again. Want to accordion this whole back section, bring it down like so, and it all just tabs in like that. Then, yeah, see what I'm saying? This piece just pops off, so yeah, it'll just stay off for now. I'm going to tighten it after this review, but God, it's so annoying. But so you just want to kind of bring the front of the cab back and tab it in to his back like that, and that locks into place. Kind of gives him a butt, but that's okay. And you want to bring down his feet like so. Now, I've seen a lot of people just kind of leave this off to the side like that, which is fine, but I like to kind of bring it up so it kind of makes it look a little cleaner. That's just a personal thing. So, do it again. Bring his foot down and his heel down, and kind of rotate this section back like that. And I think that is it. Let me get this section on real quick. There we go. Kind of want to just kind of angle his arms as, see, that just pops off like that. It's so easy. God, I really do need to get that fixed. Trust me, it's not as bad as it looks. And I'm not just saying that to say it. It really is a lot easier. But there is MIXMASTER in his, actually, wait, let me plug the missile back in. Yeah. There's MIXMASTER in his rather looking awesome robot mode. I really do love the way this figure looks. As fiddly as the transformation looks, it's in my opinion anyways, I don't think it's horrible. It's just, especially in the arms, you have so many joints to work with. I mean, you have, let me just count his joints. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 different joints to work with alone in his arms. So I can see this being an issue, and yes, it has sometimes given me problems because, you know, this piece doesn't want to stay on for some friggin' reason, but for the most part, he is a very solid figure so far. I've heard some people where they get him loose right out of the box, which, you know, QC happens and whatnot, but for me, so far, he is a very, very solid figure. So let's just get kind of closer on the detail. You have his nice looking little alien face. I really like the look of that. You have, of course, the nice, I guess it's like a bluish, grayish, magenta color. Looks really good, and I like the purple panels right here. And you got the mixing drums, which look the same. And his feet. So, the back, I mean, yeah, It's Ghibli, but I feel like that's like every MIXMASTER figure. The Studio Series has the cab on the back. And the Devil Saviors version has the cab on the back. But overall, I think he cleans up pretty well. So, as far as articulation goes, you have all those joints in the arm to work with. I'm not gonna mess with them because I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm just gonna leave how it is. But his legs, can go forward that far. They can go back, not that far. Out, go out about that far. His arms get, well, they can go, he can do the full splits, but his arm gets in the way. His knee only bend that far, and his feet can go up and down, but they don't have an ankle pivot. Oh, and his head is on a ball joint, and you have like 3 different hinges in the neck that you can work with. So as far as posability goes, especially in the arms, he is very, very posable for what he is, which is always nice. Sometimes the hinges can be a pain, but it's fine. So that's about it for robot mode. I guess for a comparison real quick, I do have Voyager, or Leader, Earthrise Prime here, but let's be real, it's a Voyager. And I think Prime is taller, but MIXMASTER is definitely more bulky. He's just more wide, has more plastic in him, but yeah, here's a Earthrise Prime for a scale. And I say he's a Voyager because he's the size of a Voyager. You just pay $50 for him because he comes with a trailer. But yeah, as far as his robot mode goes, that's about it. But he does have a third mode, his cannon artillery mode. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do it, not how to do it on the instructions. So what I do is kind of come back here, untab that fucking drum, or frickin' drum's just going to pop off again, so that's fine. It can stay there for the rest of it. Kind of take this, and I'm going to shoot the missile out again. Take this section, bring it down, and you want to bring that up. Kind of extend his neck. You can have him looking up or down. I personally have him looking down. Kind of straighten all this out. Then basically rotate this around on both sides. Kind of bring this down and around. Basically what you want to do is take his arms and get them in front of him. That's literally the gist of what you want to do. Kind of lower these down. Get his arms out like that. Take his hands, kind of split them so you can get like a base going, like a sturdy base for him to stand on. I'll lower the camera a little bit. You want to take these wheel sections, kind of bring them down. Same thing on this side, kind of bring it down. And kind of... His cannon mode's not the best. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Some people say he could have been fine without it, which, yeah, I can agree with. Take this stupid drum piece and pop that back on. And I just rotate his legs. I leave his legs how they are. Some people flip his legs up. I leave them how they are. I just kind of bring this truck cab down like that. Kind of bring his legs back like that. And then that's basically... Type the missile back in. Bring the camera back, angle it down. And that's basically his turret mode. This is what I do for his turret mode. The instructions don't really tell you in the greatest way how to transform it. But this is just what I do. Which, for what it is, it looks fine. I do like the mode. It is cool that you can do it. But it's not, the most kind of... It's just him laying down with his arms in front of his face. But that's kind of what it was in the movie. So, I mean, I guess I can't really complain. Here's what it looked like on the back of the box, though. So... Oh, yeah, see, he just kind of have his hands like that, and these pieces out, and his legs up, which is fine, but that's just how the box, that's how they have it, but this is how I do it, and I like it this way. So, overall, though, in my opinion, a very solid figure, despite this piece just, oh, now you're not going to pop off now that I'm, okay. Whatever. Overall, though, very solid figure in my opinion. Between him and the Studio Series, if you guys haven't seen any of my videos, I do like him more, but that's only because, and I just like his color scheme more. I know it's not as movie accurate, but that's fine. But like I said, I like his color scheme more, and I like the fact that he has more bulk to him, because newer figures don't have a lot of mass. But if you can find one, I'd say pick it up. He's really cool, especially if you're into the Revenge of the Fallen line. I've always wanted this figure, and I finally got him, so yay. That's about it for the review. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more toy reviews, consider hitting the subscribe button. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.